My name is Romem Saranga, and I'm a creative director. I work in advertising for 15 years. And in 2012, Atara came to me and asked me to join a very interesting project.
I met Yitzhak because he wanted to make a peace project. And the first thing that we discovered is that people do not want peace.
Yitzhak approached me 3 years ago, said that he heard about our work on psychological aspects of conflicts and psychological barriers to conflict, and asked if we can advise him on new ways, innovative ways to try and address the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Why there is no peace between the Israelis and Palestinians? What is the reason? What stops us, both societies, Israelis and Palestinians, to make peace?
When people hold very, very strong beliefs about certain issues, you cannot try to convince them by just presenting them with the opposite ideas. So what paradoxical thinking does is that it brings people to the absurd by presenting them their own ideas, but only in a very, very extreme way, to extreme level.
So we made an advertisement campaign for the conflict. We actually branded the conflict. We made those ads to show people all the advantages in the conflict and actually convince them how much they need the conflict.
We set up an academic experiment in which we showed people the conflict ads together with traditional commercials, and we exposed them to hundreds of participants among the Israeli society.
And then something happened that sometimes happens in marketing.
The campaign failed. It failed because although we exposed the people to solid facts and we told them that they needed the conflict and it defined them, they were willing to drop it.
We found statistically significant differences between participants who watched the conflict videos to those in the control condition in terms of their willingness to accept responsibility for the continuation of the conflict, in terms of their willingness to make significant compromises in the context of the conflict, and even in terms of their voting intentions in the Israeli elections. And more interestingly, those differences were mostly pronounced among those in the center and right wing of the political Israeli system.
That's when we realized that we got something very unique in our hand, and as we fail, we succeed.
For us, failing is a kind of success, because only after you're being confronted with a solid truth, that you're addicted to the conflict, that you need the conflict, that you're consuming the conflict, this is the only way to drop it, to give it up. And probably before peace, you have to give up the conflict.
What's really important for us is to examine whether we can actually implement this project among the Israeli and Palestinian society and create a real change that is based on the results of the paradoxical thinking project.
It's the first time over 40 years that there is a big chance, because we don't need to succeed, we need to fail.